Most women have a fractured femininity, a fractured self-esteem, and a fractured way of how they see themselves. Domestic violence situations, how those things can impact a woman's confidence and self-esteem. And that pushes a lot of women into a box, into a cycle where they feel that they can't do what they need to do for themselves, and they tend to pour a lot of who they are into their children, into their families, and by doing that they neglect them. So my coaching is to pull the best that you have in you, that's locked inside of you. My coaching pulls that out.
Yeah. What unique challenges do you see women facing today that coaching can really help with? So when a woman first comes to you,
Yeah.
what usually is the most significant shift that she needs to make? For someone listening to you right now
Yeah.
that thinks coaching is expensive,
Yeah.
what would you tell them? Why should they invest in themselves? Because coaching is an investment. Why should a woman make that investment with you? Welcome to In Her Space podcast, a safe space for raw and real conversations with women who have walked in those shoes. Unfiltered experiences makes it her space. Hosted by yours truly, Ivy Ekong. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of In Her Space podcast. We're actually at the end of season 1 of In Her Space podcast, and this episode is going to be our last episode. And I'm so excited for 2026 to bring you guys more episodes. Today, we are interviewing someone who you all have already seen. She was interviewed before by me sometime this year. She's a life coach, and I just thought it would be good to bring her back on again to the program because of the work she does for women and the impact that she makes in the lives of women through coaching. And her name is Jenny Allen. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Ivy.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And thank you for having me a second time. I really appreciate that.
We're so
Lovely.
excited to have you. I think the last time you were here, we talked a lot about your work, but there was not enough time to really get through it. And because your episode is doing so well, even till now, is being downloaded, daily by a lot of women. I just felt it's good to bring you back again
Thank you.
to, give more insight about your work as a life coach and just talk about some of the things that you do and how you sort of impact the women that you work with. And I know that a lot of people will find this beneficial. So it was just the best way to actually close season 1 of In Her Space podcast. Jennifer, please tell us a little bit about yourself again and a little bit about your coaching program as well.
Yeah.
So that for people that have not listened to you before, let's give them an insight.
Sure. Well, my name is Jenny Allen. I'm 61. I've got two adult children, one granddaughter, and I've been on a life's journey of looking at the impact that life has on women. There are a lot of things out there that support men, but my goal is to really look at things that impact women, and my life coaching program or my life coaching services is tailored to help to bring women into a place where they can do the best and be the best that they can be. I had some struggles growing up with my confidence in terms of I used to have a stutter. I've spoke about that before. And it really knocked my confidence. And I thought that there's a lot of things I can't do. I can't speak. I can't talk. I can't do so many things. But I learned to overcome that by pushing myself and not allowing my limiting beliefs or self-doubt to hinder me from doing what I know that God wants me to do. I've worked in primary school education for 30 years now, and I've seen a lot of how raising children, single mothers, mothers from domestic violence situations, how those things can impact a woman's confidence and self-esteem. And that pushes a lot of women into a box, into a cycle where they feel that they can't do what they need to do for themselves, and they tend to pour a lot of who they are into their children, into their families, and by doing that they neglect them. So my coaching is to pull the best that you have in you, that's locked inside of you. My coaching pulls that out.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important, and I'm actually coaching what I've lived. So I'm not telling my clients anything that I haven't done or I haven't experienced, because I've experienced a lot. So a lot of my coaching, a lot of my encouragement comes from what I've actually been through.
Life experiences.
Life experiences, exactly.
Good. Okay, so let's go talk a little bit about your role in coaching women.
Yeah.
I know you've just introduced yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What unique challenges do you see women facing today that coaching can really help with?
Ooh, I think one of the most unique challenges that faces women that coaching can help with is their self-esteem. And I think that's been exacerbated through social media, because social media has a lot of comparison. If you have the right hair, if you do this, if you do X, Y, and Z, then you will be a success. And I think a lot of things on social media, women who can't afford it think that they've not arrived or they're not the best. What they need to understand is they can be the best in the situation that they're in. If you have somebody on social media might have £100 to be able to do X, Y, and Z, but if you've got £10, you can use that £10 and make it work for you. Be the best where you are until you get to where you need to go to. So I think the most unique challenge that faces women is self-confidence. So the women that I actually coach, it's more to do with their self-confidence. There's a particular woman that I coach. She's a politician.
Okay.
And she's in a very high-powered position, and I help her with her confidence.
Wow.
Because you would think that somebody in a high-profile position, that no, she does the role extremely well, but when she's finished and she comes back and she goes back to the self-doubts begin to creep in, the limiting beliefs, the imposter syndrome, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I work with her to build that behind the scenes, and she's extremely eloquent when she goes out and does her bits and pieces, but in private she's still got that self-doubt, that limiting belief. So I work mostly with self-esteem, women's self-esteem, and I tap into that and I ask them questions. So I let them speak, and then I ask them questions and I begin to pull out of them so that they can see what's in here. And a lot of them are shocked by what I actually managed to pull out of them, because they didn't think that they had it within them, which they do.
Yeah.
Which they do.
That's good. So I think from what you've said, social media has a lot of influence in the way, women see themselves.
Yes.
And it's a common knowledge that social media affects a lot of children.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't think that it also affects grown women.
It does.
Right? I know we are all, as women, we are all trying to be the best version of ourselves every single day.
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting to know that social media also affects grown women.
Yeah,
like they compare themselves to people they see on social media. Is this what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the thing is, women tend to, because when we grow up in school, we're in school, we're in college. Girls have a thing where we're looking at each other. If one person has a hairstyle, okay, do I have a hairstyle like that? So there's a lot of comparison going on.
Yeah.
And it's the same for social media. And women need to really understand that how you are, it's the best that you can be. And what you need to do, you need to educate yourself. If you have a voice, you need to learn how to use it. So it's important that women take time to invest in themselves to bring out the best that's within
Within.
them. And a lot of them don't, because they think that maybe one, they can't afford it, two, they've spent all their time looking after children or family. What's the point? No, there's still something within you that needs to be pulled out. And social media can give you ideas. You can emulate some people on social media, have them on your vision board. This is the person that I'd like to be maybe 5 years time. Let me begin to work on myself. But don't envy, don't become jealous of other people that you see on social media, because that's the other thing as well. Women can be catty.
Yeah.
But you look at social media to see versions of yourself that you would like. And then you take that and you begin to work on it within you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good advice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so when a woman first comes to you, what usually is the most significant shift that she needs to make?
She needs to make a shift in the way she sees herself.
So it goes back to the way you see yourself, your self-confidence. And, once you can figure that out, you feel everything else.
Yeah, everything else flows. I have one particular client at the moment. She's doing different courses. She's got some issues in terms of different in her relationship. But she didn't think that she was good enough because she was comparing herself with her friends. And we worked on that with her, with coaching. And I began to pull out and I began to tell her, this is what I see in you. We've been coaching for a few weeks. So I said, you've mentioned this, and I think you do that very well. They need somebody to tell them that actually A, B, and C in you is excellent, which is what I do. I tell them that. You just need a little work on this side of things.
Yeah.
But women, it's very difficult for, how can I say, women don't always hear the positives, maybe because from the way they've been brought up, family background, they don't have that input. But when they have somebody actually telling them, well, actually, you're quite good at A, B, and C, they're actually shocked. So I'm like, well, why would you be shocked? She said, because, I've never heard anybody say that before. But I say, you're very good at what you do, and you need to work on that and build on it. One lady that I worked with in a workshop, she wanted to start her printing business because she wanted to print T-shirts and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she didn't do it because her self-esteem was low. She didn't think she could do it. She did the workshop, we did coaching and did all of that. She now has her business, which is doing quite well. And she's progressing that way. Other women, they want to write a book. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. So we start from the beginning because everything has a root. And usually with women, the root for them not doing what they should be doing for themselves is a broken self-esteem. Their femininity has been fractured because of life. So I like to work with women who have a fractured femininity in terms of how they see themselves. And once you can begin to put those pieces together through coaching, the way they see themselves, it begins to improve.
Yes.
The way they speak about themselves, what they say about themselves. Because sometimes when they come to me, the way they speak about themselves, very negative. So we work on that, and I give them affirmations and things, and I give them homeworks. And then when they come back, maybe in a couple of weeks, we go over those things. But everything has a root, and most women have a fractured femininity, a fractured self-esteem, and a fractured way of how they see themselves. And once that is worked on through coaching, then it begins to, the way they see themselves improves. Yeah.
For someone listening to you right now that thinks coaching is expensive, what would you tell them? Why should they invest in themselves? Because coaching is an investment. If I go and hire a coach or hire you as my coach, even though I get free coaching from you.
Because we've known each other a while.
Yes. Why should a woman make that investment with you?
Why does a woman make an investment of buying an outfit that she's going to wear once? To a wedding or a party?
Yes.
How much is that outfit? If a woman is going to an event, she's going to go all out. The hair, the makeup, the nails, she might get a facial.
Yeah,
She's
which
going to
is like the
get clothes.
physical part of things.
Exactly.
Yes.
She's
Or
going to
the
go and grab
inner.
her designer bag and all of
Yeah.
that. How much does that all come up to? She will invest in the outward. And women don't see any problem with maybe taking out a few hundred to invest because they're going to look good. But you need to take that same money and that same attitude of working on your outward appearance. You need to take that and work within. Because a woman who may not have that much money, but because she's worked within, there's a glow that emanates from her.
Yeah.
And once you work on your inner person, when you put all these clothes on, you're going to look double whammy.
Yeah.
So it's important to, if you're willing to invest that amount of money on your outward appearance when you're going out, then you should be also willing to work on your inner person and take that same money and work within.
Yeah, agree with that, because it starts within.
Yeah.
You can buy all the designer items, wear all and then inside of you is broken. It's
exactly.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy.
Yeah.
What makes your coaching philosophy different from other coaches?
My coaching philosophy is different because I've lived it. And because I've lived it, it's something that I can, like when a woman comes to me, I know exactly where she is because I was there. I've lived it. Because some coaches don't preach what they've lived. They go through a textbook, they've gone and done a course, and then they want to come and coach. And they buy the books because a lot of my questioning is, some of my questions are from books, but as I'm listening, the questions are arising for me to ask the person that I'm coaching. My coaching philosophy is that I have lived it, and I know what I experienced through low self-esteem, low self-confidence and all of that. So I know what questions to ask to pull out the best out of the client.
Okay. And what role does faith and spirituality play in your coaching?
It plays a lot, because the thing is, for me, I mean, people have said that the first man to ever love a woman is her father. But if a woman didn't have a father in her life, for me, yes, my dad loved me, but the first person to ever love me was God. The Bible does talk about that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And a lot of women don't believe that, but you have to believe what your creator is saying about you. So for me, on my journey of building self-esteem, I first of all went back to, what did God say about me? And I began to write and got all the scriptures. And I firstly, before what anybody else would say about me, I'm thinking, what does God say about me? And I began to write it all out. I wrote all the scriptures out. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I am the apple of God's eye. God has me my name tattooed on the palm of his hand. A lot of people get their significant other's name tattooed on their body. God started that first. So for me, faith in coaching is very, very important, because you have to go back and look at, what does God say about me first before anybody else? So now, if somebody says something negative about me, or somebody has an attitude towards me, I'm not looking at that. My foundation is, this is what God says about me first, and that supersedes what you've said. So for me, faith is very, very important, because you're not just a group of cells, a mass of cells put together. No, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're created. You are somebody who's created. So you have to understand. And when I understood that, my self-esteem began to rise. It began to grow. It began to rise, because I have what God says about me as my foundation first. Yeah.
Okay, so this question, I think anyone listening to you would probably want to know. So if you have a client who doesn't believe in God, and doesn't know anything about God, it's not, how would you sort of navigate that?
How would I coach them?
Yes, how would you coach them when
Yeah.
they are not spiritual?
I would
Such
speak to
women.
them about their uniqueness. I would say, what is it about you? What do you think is unique about you? I let them think about that. And when they will give me some answers, then I will begin to speak about their individuality, their uniqueness, their gifts. Are you good at writing? Can you sing? Are you gifted? Are you, what do you do? And then I would zero in on their unique gift. And then I will use that to pull out the best out of them. Because I also coach people that don't have a faith and all of that. So I would zero in on their gift and then use that gift to demonstrate their uniqueness to them.
Okay. Do you use journaling,
Yes.
affirmations, writing down, and things like that as part of your coaching?
Yes, I do. I have a client at the minute that she does a lot of affirmations.
Okay.
So I will say to them, I will give them some, but then I would ask them for homework, for them to come up with about 4 or 5. I want you to think about your unique gifts, what you desire for yourself for the future, and come up with affirmations that match that. So they will do their affirmations. Also, depending on what we're coaching about, I will ask them to do journaling if they're going through a pretty rough time, because journaling is a really good way of getting your emotions out and onto paper. So I would ask them to journal if they're going through something traumatic or something's happening, journal it out. So I ask them to go and get a book and then journal.
Okay.
And then next session, we can come back and talk about that. But yes, I do use those tools and I've seen them work with people.
Okay, that's good. So what does a breakthrough look like in your practice? So how do you know that a client has had a breakthrough and the person probably doesn't need coaching anymore? Or do they come for maybe coaching every now and again after they've had the breakthrough just to keep up? Or do you just say, you're fine now, you can just apply the tools? How do you go about that?
It depends on the client, because I had a male client and he was good after about 3 sessions. A female client that I have, she's had a breakthrough in some areas, but she still wants to keep coming because she sees me as like a sounding board that she can bounce ideas off. She sees me as a sounding board for her heart. And she just feels that I'm a safe space for her. So it depends on the client. So she sees me as a safe space and she keeps coming. She keeps coming. So it depends on the client. Some want to do 1 month. I have one client in the United States. She does once a month, does all her bits and pieces. She's got lots of projects and different things going on. So I meet with her once a month and then we discuss the project. So she's happy with once a month. So it totally depends on the client. So as I said, one that I had, he was good after three sessions and that was it.
Okay.
So it depends on the client. But if I feel, well, actually, you can do it now. Some of them will like, okay, no problem. Some will like, no. I still need to keep coming. I need to keep coming because it's helping me. So it depends on what their needs are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So what is the issue that really affects women? Apart from, we've talked about self-esteem.
Yeah.
What issues do you think really draw us back as women? And, it just limits our progress, and something that maybe every woman really experience, and something that really, really draw, including myself talking here. Yeah. What do you think that is? Because I'm sure by now you would know from your experience in coaching women.
I think one of the main things that draws women back is other people's words.
Other people's opinions, right?
Opinions and words
about them.
Exactly. Because I think from growing up from school, growing up into teenage years, growing up into adulthood, other people's words affect women a lot, because We have a tender heart. We're emotional. So people's words, we absorb them quickly. And we also will tend to absorb the negative quicker than we will the positive.
Yeah.
Because when I'm coaching, I have to wade through all the negative to get some positive out of it. So other people's words, and you have to keep washing yourself with affirmations. If you use affirmations, prayer, if you pray, you have to keep washing that away. And you have to realize that you are not what they said. And their opinion of you should not hinder you from going forward. It's other people's words or other people's lack of words. Other people's lack of words. Because if you're doing something and you expect a significant other or a parent or a family member to say something, oh, well done, excellent, and they say nothing, that lack of those words that you needed to hear can also affect you. So I think people's words affect women a lot. Women a lot.
That's
And
so true.
yeah.
That's so
And
true.
yeah. And we carry, when we're doing something, we can hear that person talking in our head. We can hear that person saying, no, you can't do this. No, no, no. And you have to keep saying, no, I'm not going to take that on. You have to keep washing your head, washing your mind, washing your mind. But other people's words are very significant.
And you know that inner child that we have when you were little, you do something nice, your mom and your dad will say, oh, well done.
Yeah.
You did that. That's so good. Yeah. And I think even as adults, we still have that inner child in us that makes us want someone to say, well done, you've done some. And like you said, if that doesn't come, you can be a bit like, okay, I'm on the right track. Am I doing something? Why is this person not saying you're doing something? And it's so good to work on your inner child and heal your inner child so that you don't really, take notes of the noise and who commended you and who didn't commend you. And that takes a lot of work, and that takes coaching, a lot of coaching as well.
Yeah. Because as well, if you've got goals and people are not appreciative of your goals or your accomplishment of your goals, and if nobody says anything, you have to know that you're still good because you've accomplished it, you've ticked it off, I've done that, and then you move on to the next goal. You have to know that you're good, and that takes, like you said, working on your inner person.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Okay. So what's one question that you often get asked by most of your clients that spark a breakthrough for them?
They usually ask me a question about me.
Really?
What makes you you? How did you come to be how you are?
That means they admire you.
Yeah. They ask me, how did you manage to, how are you? And I've told little bits and pieces of my story. I've shared bits and pieces of it before, but I've been through a lot, and it has smoothed me out, as it were. What I've been through has worked on my inner person.
Do you want to tell us a little bit of what you've been through?
Okay. Well,
it's a safe space. So tell us a little bit of your life experiences that has shaped you into the woman you've become today, the amazing person.
Well, I got married and I lived with my in-laws for 10 years. I know you're hearing this for the first time, Ivy. I lived with my in-laws for 10 years.
10 years? Yes. With your in-laws? Wow.
And this is the first time I'm saying it public. Other people, they know bits.
Yeah.
So I lived with my in-laws for 10 years in an attic room, which was about 17 by 12 foot. So I lived with them and they didn't like me. And I went through a lot with them. my mother-in-law, they still don't like me. They still don't like me up till now. They don't like me. And my mother-in-law was her mouth still is quite vicious. And I've got 2 sisters-in-laws. They're the same. So I went through a lot with them. They really stripped me down mentally, emotionally, and everything, all of that. My husband was, how can I say? He wasn't doing what he should have done to protect me.
To protect you. That's what I was going to say. Where was your husband?
Yeah.
In all of this.
Yeah. He shouldn't. He didn't protect as he should have done, and that situation left me completely broken. So what happened was, because of my faith, I did a lot of fasting and all of that.
Yeah.
Did a lot of it. The Holy Spirit, God had me on a program of getting up at 3 a.m. every day for 3 years to pray and intercede. So I was doing that every day for 3 years, and I saw things. And at the end of that period, we managed to get out. I will tell you all the nitty-gritty in private. We managed to get out, but when we left, because we had 2 children as well.
Yeah.
I was very much a broken woman at the end of it. Very broken. I was called names. It was awful. At the end of it, we managed to get out, and then we rented somewhere for a while, and then we bought our own property. But through all of that challenge, it's like I was brought down to ground zero. And I realized I have to rebuild myself. So this was at a time when there was no social media.
Yes.
There was nothing. I had to get books. I was buying books like mad. I had to rebuild myself from ground zero back up. So what I did was I wrote a list of things that I wanted to be. And there are some things that God showed me in 1994 while I was still there that I would be doing later on in life. And it was very clear. One of them was that you will be in politics. This was 30 years ago, and it's happening
you are
now.
In politics now.
Yeah. So he showed me images of myself and told me, so I was like, I've got a stutter. How can I be doing I don't know anybody. And he told me a specific area that I would be a politician in, a specific area of London.
Wow.
I got a lot of specifics, and this was 30 years ago. And all those specifics are happening now.
Manifesting now.
They're manifesting now. They're out now. So I said, God, he said, but I had to rebuild you from that.
Yes.
So I wrote a list of what I wanted to do, and I always had that image of myself, of what God showed me back then. So I was working towards that image. So I had my list, and I began to work on myself. I read a lot of books, read a lot of autobiographies. I've read a lot of books about women in politics. I like makeup and all of that. So I got into a lot of that. I watched, to wash my mind, I watched a lot of YouTube. Women who were in positions or in places that I desired to be. Lots of Instagram. And I followed people, and I curated a feed of women that would feed back to me what I wanted.
Yes.
So there was my Instagram feed and my YouTube feed is a reflection of what I want. So I began to wash myself in that, soak myself in that, watch videos, wash.
Wow.
Until I get to where I am now. And you, Ivy, was one of the women.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm so honored, honestly. I had no idea. Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
You were one of the women, specific women that I follow, because they reflect back to me what I want.
Wow. Jenny, thank you so much for sharing. Honestly, I didn't even know this
No,
about you.
Yeah, this I'm just bringing
Wow.
it. You're the
Thank
first
you.
person that I feel confident enough to share public, because I know this is going to go public.
Yeah, it will go public.
Yeah.
And it's going to definitely help someone, because if you could build back yourself from all that, and it means it can be done.
It can be done.
It can be done.
Oh,
You just need to have a plan.
Yeah.
Like you did. You had a plan. You knew who you want to be, where you want to be.
Yeah.
And, so thank you so much for sharing that. I feel a little bit emotional, honestly.
Oh. I mean, things was that bad that I was so thin that you could see my ribs.
Wow.
Because I was fasting so much, it was just ribs. But my spirit was strong, and I kept going. Because God gave me a vision. Yeah.
Look at you today. It's a testimony now.
Yeah, it is.
For women listening right now, who are not ready for coaching yet, what is one simple step that they can take today, just on their own, to change their outcome?
Read. If the book is too much for you, get Audible. Read, research, investigate, start reading. If you're on social media, begin to curate your page of women that use treat your social media like a vision board. Curate who you would like to be like, so that when your recommendations come up, they reflect back to you what you want. Read, curate your social media pages, invest in you by reading. I can't underestimate the power of reading. If you don't want to pick up the book, get Audible.
Yeah.
But begin to follow people that you respect. Begin to curate those things.
Okay. And if every woman had a life coach, how do you think the world would have been different today?
The world will be very different. There won't be so many wars, because women, we have this maternal instinct that we want to look after everybody. There won't be so much famine. There won't be so many wars. There'll be a lot more There'll be a lot more negotiations going on. Instead of, oh no, I'm going to fight you, I'm going to bomb you, this, that, whatever. There won't be so much conflict, because women we look at things from our heart and from a maternal position.
Yeah.
So coaching will help to curate matters of the heart. And I think the world will be a lot safer place. There won't be so much greed, because the world is run by men, and we've seen what happens. Sorry, guys. We're seeing what's happening now.
Yeah.
And the countries that have been run by women, especially like in Africa, the countries are doing a lot better. During COVID, the top countries that COVID was managed effectively, or there was no COVID at all, they were run by women. Yeah. So we have something to offer. Don't think that you don't have anything to offer as a woman. You do.
Yeah.
Work on your heart, work on your inner person, begin to curate how you see yourself and what you want for yourself, and you can make the world in which you live a better place.
I agree. What legacy would your work as a life coach would you like to leave behind?
As a life coach, I would want my legacy to be, you can do it. I want to be able to leave something that would continue to empower women to be the best that they can be, because life's challenges will always be there.
Yeah.
Life's issues will always be there. Issues in your family, your workplace, your business, they will always be there. But I want to be able to leave a legacy of How are you responding to that? How are you, what challenges are you facing that can improve you? Always look to improve you by what you go through.
Yeah.
And be a woman of elegance, the way you speak. Don't let life batter you so badly that it affects the way you see yourself and it affects the way you speak.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because life will always happen.
Yeah. Life will always happen.
Yeah. But it's how it, defines you after.
That's right.
Does it make you a better person,
Yeah.
or does it make you an awful person?
Yeah.
That's what really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know women, I know one particular woman, I mean, she's bitter. Oh my Lord. She's so bitter because life has this. And this woman is gifted. But she's not seeing the giftedness.
Yeah.
All she's looking at is what somebody did to her. She's bitter. And a woman can be very beautiful, but if she's bitter, she's not beautiful.
No. You can't blame everyone else except yourself.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could leave every woman listening with one final encouragement, what would it be?
You can do it. You can do it. From one woman to another. If nobody has said it to you, I'm saying it to you now. You can do it. You're fearfully and you're wonderfully made. You are created as a diamond on the earth, and you can do it. Don't let the negatives of the past or the issues of the past hinder you from doing your business, being self-employed, whatever you want to do. You can do it. And don't let other people's opinion hinder you from doing it. You might take it one step at a time. You might only be able to tick off one goal per week. Start with that. But get started with what is in your heart. Don't allow life to keep your dreams buried. You can do it. We need you. Other women need you. So get started.
Yes, you can do it. You heard Jenny. You can do it. If you're listening to Jenny right now, just start where you are. Get a paper, a pen, start writing down your goals, what you want to change about yourself, or reach out to Jenny on Instagram. She's on YouTube as well, and she has a website. We're going to put everything on the screen below. And her Instagram is Heart of Refuge. And you can send her a DM. Jenny, you check your DMs a lot.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
You can send her a DM and just, get the conversation going. And definitely, I think any investment made for yourself is never a waste at all.
Never.
So invest in yourself and be the best version of yourself than you were yesterday. That's just what we are all trying to be as women, and we are all broken in one way or the other. But as long as we don't allow that brokenness take hold of us and our destiny, that's what really matters. Thank you so much, Jenny,
thank you for having me,
sitting with me again today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for all your insights and for coming to talk about coaching. And I hope that everyone that have listened to you will see the need to reach out to you and start coaching and start being better for 2026.
Exactly. Thank you for having me, Ivy. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for being such an awesome friend. Oh, so good.
Thank you too. You're such a great friend to me. Okay, let's end this now. Hi, In Her Space family. As we wrap up this season 1 of In Her Space podcast, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you to every one of you who have listened to In Her Space podcast, all 10 episodes, 10 powerful conversations filled with vulnerability, healing, wisdom, and truth. This season has been such a beautiful journey, not just for me as your host, but for every woman who has listened, shared, found a purpose and found a piece of herself in these stories. When I launched In Her Spade podcast, my hope was to create a place where women could feel seen, supported, and inspired. A space where we could talk openly about purpose, relationships, identity, wellness, and everything that shapes us as women. And because of you, this little dream of mine, this little seed has become something so meaningful. Every day I get alerts of downloads from all over the world: Nigeria, United States, Canada, Berlin, United Kingdom, everywhere. And, when I get emails like your podcast had so many downloads today, I'm just like, what? And I'm still in awe of your support and of every single one of you who has listened to these episodes. To every guest who came and poured their hearts out, thank you. To every listener who tuned in weekly, sent me messages, sent my team emails, shared these episodes and held spaces for these conversations, thank you. To my team who is at the back end doing everything to make sure that these episodes are released and we continue filming. Thank you guys so much. This season would not exist without you. We're taking a short break in 2026. We're going to take a short break to pour into season 2, which will launch in 2026. It will be bigger, deeper, and even more impactful. I'm so excited for the stories and the voices and the moments we'll create together in 2026. And until then, keep protecting your peace, keep honoring your boundaries, keep nurturing your wellness, and choosing yourself with confidence. Thank you so much for making season 1 of In Her Space podcast an unforgettable season. I truly cannot wait to see you all again in season 2. Thank you so much. Let's give this season a big clap. Thank you, everyone. Stay fabulous and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with your families. Remember, it is your space.